Hello guys, Zedix here, back with another video, and today we're gonna be talking about, well, websites that actually give like Roblox a bad name. So basically, they get things out of context, and then they just say that in the entire Roblox community is absolutely toxic, which is not true. Some of them are actually pretty nice, and that we're gonna be talking about them, and we're gonna be visiting them and actually giving them a little commentary. So without further ado, let's start the video. Okay, so what we want to do is first to do this is let's say bad Roblox games. I've searched this before because apparently I've been like searching for so long to actually do this. Let's do this first one. So top 5 inappropriate Roblox games for kids, and let's just see what this has to say. What do you think about inappropriate Roblox games? Is violence alone included in the inappropriate list? There is something beyond your imagination. As parents, you will be shocked if you get to know about the bad Roblox games in detail. Though the game is not exclusively designed for kids, the Lego type cartoon animations do attract a lot of children to play Roblox. Not really, it actually just depends on how the kids see it. So normally I see it as a fun Roblox game where not really a Lego type animation. I actually see it as a really good way to find friends and actually have fun. Animations do attract a lot of children to play Roblox. It brings real experience, and the kids commence to explore a lot within a short time. Don't forget that this game is with adult content. This is true, clearly, but it's like made by other people, and we have to actually just try to actually remove it. But let's make sure you actually did this right before I call you out with adult content. To a certain extent, the cartoons perform intercourse, and there is a sex room for the participant to share adult conversation, images, and videos. If kids are immersed in Roblox's games like that for too long, they may get hurt in terms of psychology and behavior. Especially Roblox is more and more popular now. It supports VR devices and has launched a series of Roblox VR games, and it can even run on Chrome. Yes, everybody knows this. Or mobile. Effective supervisions of the kids' activities on this hot game is necessary to overcome severe problems in the future. A quick measure protects your kids from catastrophic outcomes. Okay, Shed 5 popular inappropriate Roblox games. Shedlexski's Dirty Place. It is one of the Roblox sex games. In this house, Shedlexski tries to play dirty games with the children who connect with the server. This game is targets kids below 13 and all sorts of adult activities to take place. The children get bad nightmares once they step into this house for a play. They might not understand what is
reading.
Oh, for video. Gonna be talking about 5 inappropriate games, and then I'm just gonna be like talking a commentary about it, giving it a commentary and seeing if it's bad or not.
For you, this is what you have to do. This is where I see you are good at.
Okay, so back with the video. So, Shed Lexi's Dirty Place. It is one of the Roblox sex games. In this house, Shed Lexi tries to play dirty games with the children who connect with the server. This game targets kids below 13 and all sorts of adult activities take place. The children get bad nightmares once they step into this house for a play. They might not understand what is going on in that house, but it also brings a great impact later on. So we're gonna have to see the image itself, and really, we do not see as much of explanation as it was just as it might be a copy of someone. So as I can see from this picture, I don't really understand the fact that there's not really an explanation of many dirty things in here. As if I can only see there's only a piece of of like a petal stone. It's like a grave. So it doesn't really impact as much, and this is not really made by Shedletsky. This is mostly maybe made by somebody else who actually wants to give Shedletsky a bad name, and yeah. So that's why it's gonna be like, I guess it's not that big, as it's not really a big problem, as we do not see a lot of explanation unless that's what you think. We need a lot more explanation of what actually makes this game very inappropriate. So yeah, moving on. Shower simulator. In this game, the participants take a shower together despite gender. Here, all the players enter the shower room to take baths with a swimsuit clothes. The attire of the participant account seems to be inappropriate for the kids to watch out for. It involves sexual content and erotic conversations between. Okay, I can see why in conversations between like erotic conversations like sex sex conversation, but bath in a swimsuit isn't really as bad as many of you parents and teenagers actually wear that in the beach where you actually bring your child, so your child's really much aware of those kind of things, and it actually exists basically everything, and it's actually very necessary. I mean, so like it isn't really a big deal to the fact that the that you have to swim in a swimsuit, but erotic conversations is a really bad thing. So it's not really the game's fault. It's actually the player's fault who is actually making the entire game very bad. So you must understand that too. So the game they basically make a lot of the game doesn't really make a lot of sexual content as if I'm aware of. They only teach like kids to take a bath, and really it's just not really a big deal as your child also takes a bath, and at least they wear a swimsuit and no other inappropriate things, which is not really a big deal as like as I mentioned, people in the beach actually wear swimsuits like that, so it's not really a big deal. So moving on. Okay, we got dance clubs. Another one of the Roblox sex games. In the dance club, the players perform their dancing skills with nasty moves. The participants make sexy moves and and many romantic scenes occur amidst the kids. Okay, so I can see why this game actually is in the wrong, but it's not really the game's fault. Again, it's actually with the players' fault actually using the animations to use their advantage to like use their advantage to make like very sexy moves. They use it to use it advantage, and also as you can see from this thumbnail, you can see that this other Roblox player is shocked to the fact that he sees two people are in a romance, and it doesn't mean that he's actually shocked and that they're about to be married. It's actually because they're he's shocked that these people actually exist. So basically, there are many people out there who actually like expose other people out here, and that it's just really a helpful thing. It's just really a helpful thing, and it's just not really a big deal, especially to the fact you're gonna be calling out a kids games very inappropriately and giving it such a bad name. It's really gonna not really help you into many parents agreeing with you unless your child has explained to you that it's not really that bad. And it's not really that bad as the fact that it's only the player's fault and not really the game's fault itself. So what Roblox has to do is like actually try prevent these people actually occurring, but it's actually pretty hard, especially to the fact that there's millions of players who do this every month and every year. So it's not really a big difference. It's not really a shocking thing to see. It's just a big thing that many people are aware of. I know a lot of people, not a lot of kids like me, actually are aware of this kind of behavior against Roblox players, and they do this in a lot of dance games, cafe shops, and it's just not really a big deal as the fact that it's just only the player's fault, not the game. So yeah, let's go move on to the next one. Okay, we got survive the killers. A high level of violence is involved in this game. The kids have guns and unique weapons to kill their fellow participants. The animations in this game are terrific, and it is not suited for kids below 13. A serial killer searches for the kids in an area or a room and shoots or stabs them mercilessly in this game. You didn't have to be like very sensitive about like survive the killers, as they are really pretty much like not really as a as a big deal. I am below 13, and yet it's still not really that shocking. to the fact that it's not really high level of violence. Just check out like Bad Business or Arsenal. You'll see high violence down there. There's blood in them. So yeah, basically this game doesn't really show us much. It just really shows that you have to protect yourself and that you have to like make sure that you protect yourself from the killers that are from other games. So I think instead of like copywriting Roblox and saying that it's actually like a very inappropriate game, actually try checking out these games. As you can see, this is Bendy from Bendy the Ink Machine, which is also another violent game. We got Slenderman, which is another violent game with blood. There there is a there's this inappropriate movie where it's pretty much has a lot of blood and everything. Basically, these people included actually have blood if they're in their according orders and they're in according original place. So not really a big deal as the fact that you're gonna be calling out a game that has is not even its fault. It's just like basically inspired game, and it's not really a big deal, dude. So please try to understand the fact that not many people, not many kids actually are shocked about this, but they're actually pretty surprised at the fact that they love these games. All right, let's move on to the next one. Obby games. There's a series of intellectual pages where the kids move from one place to another after completing the tasks on the page. On each page. Here's each page has unique challenges and the participant should win the task to move further. Tough tasks are waiting ahead and on each display, displaying evil toys in the animations when the kids wander about in completing the challenges. Monster horrors related toys stand in their way, fighting in teeth. It's not really as frightening as you. It's not really as frightening when you actually play Obby games. It's not the fact that this guy actually mentioned all Obby games except for like one particular Obby game that has included in this. This is not really a big deal once again because even if the thumbnail may look scary, it's actually more entertaining if it's chasing you because basically you have a challenge and you have a challenge to complete the task. So like for example, a game like Tower of Hell, it isn't really related to that you'll be in hell and that you'll have to try completing the tasks until you reach heaven. It's actually about a Tower of Hell is actually a game about where you have to complete a thousands of obbies and other tasks without any checkpoints. And by checkpoints, parents, I mean like you will not be respawned. So like for if you touch a checkpoint, it will be you. If you touch a tech checkpoint, you can stay there forever, basically. So you have to move one checkpoint to another. But in Tower of Hell, you don't have a checkpoint there, and basically, what you have to do in obby games is like touch the checkpoint. Sometimes some of them don't have checkpoints because apparently, it's kind of a series of hard obby games. And really, it's just not really a big deal, as you said. All obby games are in horror, and it's not really as in horror as many kids have played this actually, and it's just really just not really a big deal. It's just the fact that you're calling out Roblox to saying that it's like giving your child a bad name. I know there are a lot of adult content, but actually try to be better and do more research on adult content instead of going to other websites and seeing what they have recommended. So really, it's not really a big deal of the fact that you have basically showing that every obby game, every survivor killers, dance clubs, and whatever, you say that it's all inappropriate. So I think you should try talking to the actual Roblox kids, or basically kids who are older than 13, or kids who are 11 or 10 can actually understand the fact that what you're saying is not really all true. So you need to like probably find your child who is like maybe you should ask like a 10, 11 or 13-year-old Roblox player to understand that what kind of inappropriate games are. But I don't really understand how you actually ask a player. It's just kind of dumb. But I think it might make sense for you if you're a parent. I mean, you're a millennial and you wouldn't understand the kids today, but it's really, you don't have to protect your kids from these games as if they're all fake and that they're not really a big deal, except for Shedletsky's Dirty Place. It's actually one of the big deals, but it's not really as a big deal if it's made by somebody else, and it's not, and it's really popping around on YouTube saying it's bad. So yeah, let's. So I think you should like try improving the fact that you have to like try at least like, I know you're trying to protect your child and everything, but honestly, just forcing your child to not play any of these hard non-harsh games is just, it's just really humiliating for your child. Except including like Survive the Killers, Obby games are the most fun thing a child could ever experience in Roblox. So yeah, I think you gotta speak up to a real Roblox player and actually try to ask them what kind of inappropriate games there are actually inappropriate games out there. Yes, you can, but that doesn't mean everything that you find and that everything that is related to only players is really just like a a thing where you cannot play Roblox anymore. It's just kind of dumb, just kind of dumb, but still, I know you're protecting your child and all, but I think you gotta improve your website, as there are actually many other Roblox YouTubers out there who actually call out bad Roblox games. So I think you should like go there, and then instead of going into websites that you trust well, because like some websites don't even understand of the games and everything. So yeah. So this thing is an entirely non-sensitive thing. It's just basically showing that you have to try protecting your kid. But the problem is that it's not really exactly the thing where it's not really exactly the thing where it's very inappropriate. It's a high, like Survive the Killers. It's not really a high violence game at all. So yeah, sorry, dude, but I think you gotta improve. I think you gotta improve the fact that you have to understand the game more before actually targeting it. Your child actually knows Roblox more than you, though. So maybe you should ask him if he's aware. But if your child's a girl and below the age of 18 or something, or below the age of 13, then yeah, I think you should skip on to saying anything of that, to asking anything, and refraining from asking your child to know any of these popular con games and everything. All right.